Hey girl, it's your girl Jazzy. I wanted to make a video today on a topic that I feel like I just cannot discuss enough, and that is why the heck does it seem like it is so difficult, nearly impossible to get our problem areas resolved. I've been there too. I've had my fair share of insecurities, and I get that it can be so frustrating when you feel like you're doing everything right, you're following all of these diets, you're following all of these fitness regimens, and you're still dissatisfied with how you feel and how you look. Like, that sucks, and it's frustrating because it's like, am I just built this way? Am I destined to have, scrawny chicken legs? Am I destined to have a belly forever? Like, I know the feelings of defeat that can come along with working on your fitness and working on your health. I wanted to talk about this a little bit more in detail because I actually have a list of 5 things that I feel stop many people from getting or reaching their health and their fitness goals. And regardless of what type of diet or exercise plan that you're on, these 5 things apply to everybody, and it's stuff that I see time and time again, not only with the girls that I've coached, but also just in general in life. Maybe I can help you overcome some of the obstacles that you're having too. Here are my 5 reasons why people cannot achieve their health goals. By the way, these are not in any particular order of importance. They're just top 5 overall. So number 1 is snacking. So when it comes to choosing the right snacks to eat throughout the day, many of us have kind of like trained ourselves to only look at the macros, like the protein, the calories, the fat, carbs, and the sugar. So normally that's how we determine what is going to be good for us, what is going to be bad for us. Oftentimes these snacks are full of preservatives and just full of things to help them keep a long shelf life. So regardless of whether the nutrition label looks perfect, it fits your macros, it has lots of protein, a little bit of carbs, whatever, although it looks really good on paper, the important thing is what you see in the ingredients. More often than not, you're gonna find artificial flavors, natural flavors, you'll find food coloring, you'll find citric acid, which a lot of people mistake for like a type of citrus, but it's actually a preservative. You'll find sugar, you'll find corn, you'll find soy, high fructose corn syrup. These are all like such common ingredients that you find in any type of packaged snack, including stuff that you'll find in the health food store. You can find the healthiest packaged little snack, and more than often, probably 90% of the time, it's going to include one of the ingredients that I just listed. Those ingredients are not friendly to the body. They can lead to inflammation. They just feed all the bad bacteria in the body. So in general, you want to leave those out. So what to do in this department? Your best bet is always going to be to keep it simple. Stick with your raw fruits, raw vegetables, nuts as snacks. If you don't wait until you're like super hungry, you use fruit and vegetables just to graze throughout the day, you're gonna find that you get a lot more energy, you just feel clearer, you don't have like the brain fog, you're not crashing in the middle of the day. As simply as you can be with your snacks, the better. So the second thing that I believe gets in the way of people reaching their success in their health and fitness is their ability to be honest with themselves, especially in regards to your cheat meals. We easily forget the bag of chocolate we had earlier in the week. We easily like to forget that we had a piece of cake at the birthday party, so oftentimes we're not seeing things for what they really are. And because we may have little indulgences throughout the week or throughout the month, we just like to treat them as if they never happened. But best believe when you do that often enough, these things add up. And many times we don't even calculate it when we're thinking about like our calories for the day because it's just such a small amount. But best believe that that does add up, especially after several months of doing that. And I'm sure that that's not like our only indulgence. We may have like a bite of a cookie or, pick some fries off of our boyfriend's plate. All of those things do add up. You don't have to sit there and have like a pizza to the face in order for you to calculate that cheat meal. You want to just be very conscious of all the things that you're putting in your body, good and bad. And I'm not saying you should never be able to enjoy some chocolate, because you totally can, but sometimes we just forget to calculate all of those things when we're reflecting back on our month and wondering why we haven't reached our goals. A lot of times we have been a lot more lenient than we're willing to admit. So it's important that we know We're very conscious of our decisions and how they are affecting our body. And again, a lot of times those little indulgences that we have, you know, if you flip around and look at the ingredients label, it is completely filled with all of the ingredients I talked about in number 1. You know, so they're not the nicest to the body, so it's important that we just take count, that we know exactly what we're doing, what we're eating, and how it's affecting us. Number 3 is alcohol. So obviously it's a no-brainer. We all know that alcohol is not healthy, and if we could avoid it, we should. However, many of you watching are in your young years, in your prime, and you're going on vacay, and you like to go out with your girls, and that is like totally fine. I get it. I've been there. I mean, I am there. I'm still in my 20s. I still like to go out and have fun sometimes. So I understand that sometimes we're just not at the point where we want to completely remove alcohol from our lives. We go for the drinks that are cute and colorful. So I want to talk a little bit about these drinks in particular. Many of the mixers used to make these like really beautiful drink concoctions are literally just straight up sugar. And not like your fruit sugar, I mean your processed, syrupy, crap sugar. And they're super dense in calories, and they're just not friendly to the body. So if you plan to engage in activities that involve alcohol, you want to keep it as simple as possible. But as soon as you get very fancy with your mixers and the different types of drinks like that, it's just gonna add more burden to the liver than you need. Let your liver be in good shape so it can handle all of the alcohol, and so it's not worried about filtering out all of the sugar and syrups and other crap. It's also a good idea if you know you're gonna go out with your girls and go have a good time, make sure that you don't enter the day or enter the night already dehydrated. Dehydration was actually number 4 on the list, but I do want to get into this a little bit now. Your liver, your body needs water in order to effectively cleanse out toxins. So if you know you're gonna go out and you're gonna fill your body with toxins, with alcohol, with whatever, at least put your body in the position to where it can adequately filter and kind of running as smooth as possible, so that way you don't feel like complete crap the day of or the next day. So back to number 4, dehydration. So many of us are very, very dehydrated, and you will be amazed on how little water people drink. Many times it's like 32 ounces or less, which is crazy. I mean, like, I have my smoothie jar here. 32 ounces is about the size of one of these jars. To give you an idea of how much water you should be drinking, it should be like 5 to 6 of these minimum. If you're one of those people that has an issue specifically with like their midsection, their belly area, like the little pooch it can't get rid of, I guarantee you upping your water intake is gonna work wonders for you, and it'll be an even added benefit if you squeeze lemon into your water. Lemon water is just gonna do a better job at flushing all the crap out of your body, and I mean that literally and figuratively. In general, whatever you eat, you don't want it to be just sitting there in your body. When you're efficiently hydrated, it's gonna go and like push out all of the toxins you have, all of the waste you have in the body. So yeah, the best way just to ensure that you are cleansing your body out effectively is just to make sure you're drinking enough water. Whatever you're drinking right now, try to double it if you can and add lemon to it. The nice thing about consuming a lot of fruit is it's naturally high in water. So you're going to get some hydration eating watermelons, eating berries, stuff like that. So incorporating fruit is also a good way to get more water into your diet if you're having a hard time doing that. Herbal teas, infusing your water with different fruit, whatever you got to do it, because water is so key in making sure that you are cleansing your body out and that you're reaching that healthy weight that you're after. So the 5th thing that I think people do that keeps them away from reaching their fitness goals is they are avoiding healthy food. Sounds like, well, that's dumb. Why would you avoid healthy food? And it's not your fault. It's because a lot of articles and media and resources about health and fitness encourage you to eliminate these foods from your diet or encourage you to stay away from them, and it's complete BS. So I want to talk about this. This may be one of the most important keys out of the 5. So let's talk about this. So I've said this before, especially on the video when I was talking about my raw cleanse, is how many people were instructed to avoid fruit, whether they are pre-diabetic, they're diabetic, or in general they were just told by like a health practitioner that if they want to lose weight, they should avoid sugar, including fruit sugar. So this is complete and utter BS. misinformation. It's total crap. The same people that are telling you to avoid sugar because they don't want you to get fat or whatever have no issues with you consuming all kinds of other stuff that is terrible for you. So you want to use your gut instinct on a lot of the advice you're receiving. So obviously, vegetables, fruit are the most natural food sources on the planet. You know, we were created to eat these types of foods. We were not created to eat corn syrup and these refined oils created in a lab, you know? So when the person who has been guiding you in health and fitness is saying, well, bacon's okay, but a mango is not, like that just doesn't sound right. That should raise a red flag in your brain. That's one of the ways that people like to take shortcuts, like manipulate the body in order to reach these goals, but it's not sustainable. And a lot of the diets that people are doing right now where they're like super high in fat, literally zero fruit or carbs, that does tremendous strain on your liver and your kidneys. It's not a sustainable lifestyle. So although it may be effective in losing weight for the time being, it's just not sustainable. But you know, you could eat cardboard and lose weight. So that just goes to show, just because you're losing weight does not mean that it's going to be the best for you. So on this subject of health foods, I know many people that believe that when they're grabbing, say, like a Quest protein bar off the shelf, that they are grabbing a health food. They see the label, kind of like what we talked about on number 1. They see the label, they see it has lots of protein, a decent amount of carbs, not too many calories. So it makes this subject kind of difficult, especially for those that have been counting macros. Is a lot of health foods like fruit, like nuts and seeds, like vegetables, they don't have like the best macro-friendly macros, if that makes sense. So oftentimes we're chasing like the protein, we want to get the most amount of protein, the least amount of sugar, the least amount of carbs. So we make decisions based on that. So naturally, we're gonna go for like a Quest bar that has 21 grams protein over the banana that has like virtually no protein and just all carbs. I have totally been there. So fruit is one of those things that gets the worst rap when it comes to reaching your health goals. Fruit is literally the most healing type of food a person can consume. It does wonders to the body. So many times when you're counting macros, you're gonna naturally steer away from the fruit, and I wanna challenge you to add in more fruit. Eating fruit can literally be the difference between being chronically ill versus not. So there you have it. There are the 5 things that I believe stop people from reaching their fitness goals. So to summarize, number 1, make sure you get your snacks in check. Don't focus only on the nutrition facts. Focus on the content and the quality of what is in the things that you're snacking on. Number 2 is be brutally honest with yourself about your cheat meals. Number 3, enjoy your alcohol responsibly. Stick to the simple drinks and stay away from all of the foofy, colorful, cute drinks. Number 4, make sure you're hydrated. Adding a little bit of lemon to your water is gonna be God sent for you. And lastly, number 5, don't let people convince you that a lot of these healthy, natural foods are gonna make you fat, AKA fruit. I feel like I'm a broken record talking about this. Eat your fruit, people. It's going to help propel you forward in your health journey. So there you have it. Those are the 5. In an age where we are just overloaded with so much information, it's no wonder why we can feel lost and discouraged when it comes to reaching our health and fitness goals. So I get it. But don't stress, you got this and I got your back. You deserve to have the body of your dreams. Everyone deserves to feel good, to look good, to be able to see the reflection in the mirror and be like freaking impressed with what they see. So go after your goals. You got this. I'll talk to you next time.